think we're live. Are we? Yeah, that looks legitimate. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network. Brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee, and we were at Con Nooga, the last day of Con Nooga.
Last day.
Sunday, February 25th. And we're going to be airing this later in the week to where we have some content spread out and kind of let everybody know how Con Nooga went. And I'm here. We've had them on the channel before, but never live in person. Well, y'all were live in person like yesterday. And
we were in costume live in person yesterday.
Oh, well, technically, yeah, I guess we were. Oh,
Not interviews.
Y'all showed up for about 15 minutes for our big announcement.
Yay!
And, oh, God.
I'm still nervous.
You're not allowed to talk anymore about it. I was nervous. Oh.
Understandably so.
Your little hand giving her the box was so cute.
You noticed that?
Yeah, I have a video for you I'm going to send. I took a video of you proposing.
No.
It's so cute.
Anyway, Knightmage and Superkayce, who have joined us on, what was it, about 2 months ago?
Yeah,
It's been since
right before Christmas.
Oh, it was before Christmas.
Yeah, right, because we were promoting out the charity.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, you guys have been on the channel I interviewed you at Con Nooga last year.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure where you were at.
I was paneling.
You said she was what?
She was taking a poop.
You do that?
I pooped, not poop. I'm a pony, okay?
So tell me about your cosplays, because I'm totally in the dark.
So we are from My Little Pony. Yay.
Okay.
And I am the mysterious Mare Duell, and she's Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie.
I've never watched My Little Pony in my entire life.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. It's just, when I was young, it was like Ninja Turtles, and I was like, oh God, I don't want to watch My Little Pony. That just doesn't seem like me. And later on, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have just a massive pile of stuff that I've not watched that's been on my list for a while.
To be honest with you, I'm more of a Care Bears person. Like, I love the Care Bears. Care Bears stare.
I mean, I get it, but I like both. So I was a girl growing up in this age, right? So I got into Care Bears. I got into old My Little Pony. The new My Little Pony is amazing, though. It's totally different. The animation is totally different. They have characters. They're on their 7th season because it's so good.
It seems like that new My Little Pony is almost like a pop culture phenomenon at this point.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, they just released its own first original movie. It went through theaters. I mean, it's got a DVD now, so it's it's got its own fandom.
And we'll have to go to BronyCon now.
Yeah, now we can go to a BronyCon. That would be so fun.
I'm sure what you're doing here would probably fit.
Yeah. Woo!
Now, yesterday, y'all were, just in case people haven't put two and two together, you were Thanos yesterday and you were Loki.
Yep.
Y'all did attend our UNN live panel, and were standing behind me as I had probably one of the biggest moments of my life, and I want to say thanks for coming by, because that was really cool to have Thanos and Loki in the background, and I'm sure like all of my friends and family who weren't able to make it to see that moment were like, yeah, that's Lonnie. He's got characters in the background.
I mean, the villains were there to bless the marriage, so
Yes.
it really helps out things, I think.
That's the best thing, is when you have villains to bless it.
Yeah.
I think we'll make it because of that.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be very chaotic and awesome, I think.
You know, you can, I mean, you had the Infinity Gauntlet. You could make it last forever. So
Yeah, you know what? If there was issues, I could do the time stone thing and rewind time, and then that'd be great.
So we can just skip a day if she's mad at me then.
Nerds.
Oh, holy crap. I'm actually seeing a Georgie cosplayer walk by with a red balloon.
Huge
Those are
red-
awesome. I love Georgie cosplayers, especially ones with they have an arm missing. It's so
Did
cool.
you guys happen to go to the drag show night before last?
No, we were.
God, they had somebody came out dressed as Georgie and had audio clips from the It movie. You'll float too, and then another one came up on the stage and was dressed as the clown, and I was like, okay, this was really fun, and it just turned creep. I am absolutely kind of scared now.
I love that movie. I can't
You
wait.
saw the new one then, did you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a horror fan, so I don't like scary movies.
I loved it. It was phenomenal.
Better than the original.
You can't compare the two. Two
I-
totally
yeah.
different beasts. You know.
I totally agree, but it's the first thing that just comes out of my mouth.
I know, yeah, but the first one, the original, was made for TV, so they were limited on a lot of things that they could do. This one, and Tim Curry, you can't. I mean, Tim
Yeah.
Curry was just amazing, but yeah, this one was. It was creepy. It was scary. It was more. I think it was what's the word I'm looking for? More in tune with the book.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, there was a few things that were skipped out, but yeah, I loved it. I can't wait for part 2.
It was funny because even though it was a made-for-TV, it came on like CBS, I think. Even though it was a made-for-TV two-parter, it still scared the hell out of a generation.
You know, actually, if you look back, there's no blood in that at all. The only blood scene was the scene
The
with
sink.
yeah, that's the
And
only
the
blood
scene
scene.
where they're in the library and the balloons are popping.
Oh
on
yeah,
everybody.
but yeah, as far as like gore, no.
That is true. Nobody was actually like maimed. It
Nope.
never showed any
Maybe.
dismembering or.
Nope, not at all.
Huh. So what kind of movies do you like?
I like action movies. I like fantasy movies. I like all kinds of movies except horror movies. It's the only
All right,
genre
well, how about like sci-fi horror, like
like Jaws
Dead Space.
like
or like
yeah,
like,
well,
well-
like Predator or
yeah, that's okay. I mean, I just don't do well with the gore part of things. I don't do with like things popping out of me. Like I just like ghosts. I don't do ghost movies.
So you're not a big fan of like chest busters and Alien.
Yeah, no. No.
So I was going somewhere with it. Oh, earlier today I go over to schedule this interview, and I walk up on you. You turn around, see me, and just immediately start laughing. Why was that?
Oh, I know why. I could guess.
because I wasn't expecting Hank Hill. I don't know.
How do you know that I'm Hank? This is just me.
This is awkward.
No, I really am. This is Hank Hill.
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it.
He's
Just
here to sell you some propane.
some propane. This is Hank Hill cosplayers, and just it
No,
cracks
because
me up. Man.
well, you know why? Remember during our interview?
You sound like Hank Hill.
Yeah, and then you got me to say all kinds of quotes, and I was like, yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Can we hear some stuff?
Yeah, can we hear something now?
Who's doing the interview here?
You brought it up.
God almighty. No, like, okay, what do you, I'll give you one.
Go.
What do you want
Oh,
me to say?
So my favorite is this Damn It, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
I don't need some emphasis
You
on
want-
that, man.
Damn it, Bobby.
That was awesome.
All right. Well,
He cosplays better than we do.
you know what? Y'all showed up for my proposal. I'll do Hank Hill for you.
Oh, thank
Fair
you.
enough.
So tell me, I mean, you guys are known for doing a lot of charity work and stuff. So what do you got going on this weekend?
So this weekend I'm raising money for the Siskin Children's Institute. Actually, they're like located right across the street from the convention center, and they help with children that are mentally developed children, mentally handicapped children in the community. But they raise money for like home care for them. They raise money for special education, things like that. It's awesome. And actually, I found out about them because this is my 4th year here, and every year I've done Make-A-Wish Foundation. Well, last year I saw the sign for the Siskin Children's Institute, and I was wondering, like, what is that? So it came close to the time, and I looked them up, and I was like, wow, they're actually pretty cool. I really love what they're doing. Reached out to them, and they're huge nerds. So the guy, Shannon York, who's one of the board of directors there, he's a huge nerd. He loves this convention. So I think next year they're going to try and set up like a special booth here too.
Oh, sweet.
So it'll be awesome.
I hope to see you guys here next year. That's
The one thing I have to say about doing this is your longevity coming to a con, sometimes you know it's going to have to run out. Like, listen,
Yeah.
this is my 4th year doing it, and I know, people want to see, like, fresh faces and stuff, so I would definitely probably love to come back just as an attendee, but, coming back as a guest, You need to
We
get
probably
some
ran.
fresh
We
faces
probably
and
ran
stuff.
our course
Yeah.
already as a guest. So
Oh. Well, maybe we'll run into you guys out and about at like maybe one of our Wizard Worlds or something that we do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I might have to. I don't know whether we're doing Montgomery this year or Winston Salem, but
Wait, is there a Winston-Salem?
yeah, but neither one has been announced as a solid date yet. They're on the website, but it says to be determined, like October, November, third, fourth quarter, 2018.
Oh, wow.
And so whichever one, the number one is Montgomery, but if something happens, we're going to go to Winston-Salem. So I might just put in a word and be like, hey, invite these guys, featured cosplayers. Tell you.
Please do that.
I do. I love you guys to death. You're
Hey,
fun to
send,
talk
like-
to.
Listen, you need to send like 98 emails.
I could probably start a campaign on Untitled Nerd Network.
there you go.
Get-
Get Knightmage and Superkayce at Wizard World.
Because every con that I go to that you guys are not there, I almost feel somewhat incomplete.
I mean,
That's special.
It is
I love hearing that.
It is. You guys are like some of my favorites. Like you're really like the pair of you were in like easily my top 5. And I have a matter of fact, I did a top 5 list
I actually saw
in
this.
2017 at the end of the year, and had you on there. Yeah.
I'm blushing.
Don't blush. It doesn't look well with the purple.
And you would have been on there if I would have known a little bit longer who you were. So,
Okay, we'll wait for 2018 then.
You're
yes.
still not going to be on there.
Yeah, huh? I'll be number 1 and you'll be number 1.5. Ha ha!
But the thing is, I like about you guys is you're good for a couple of interviews a year. We do a live one here, and then we do one usually like through Skype or something.
Yeah.
So that's going to be like some super fun because I could see us doing another one sometime towards the end of the summer. Just because
Yeah,
you guys are cool.
We talk about nerd news. We talk about anything. I mean, it's easy. We're happy. We like
So
each other.
I mean, I just want to ask because I know you haven't seen it yet. Have you seen Black Panther?
Yes.
It was awesome.
I don't
did you
get
see
what your body
Yeah, I
language.
saw it.
I didn't know you saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I saw it opening night.
We did too Thursday night. The Thursday night it came on.
It was
we went.
crazy.
So
Like
good.
all the theaters near my house were sold out. Like I've never had an issue with like sold out showings. All the theaters near my house were sold out.
Oh,
So
wow.
we had to drive 30 minutes to go see it opening night.
Well, ours, I think, if we would have gotten there 10 minutes later, we might have been turned away for the. But what was your body? I saw your body language like this.
I loved it so much.
Okay,
I
because
love
I didn't know whether that was a good
Oh,
or
it
a
was
bad.
good. Yeah, it was
you know?
absolutely good. It's just, you know what? I think Marvel just can do no wrong. Like,
I disagree, but
Well,
I
alright.
really liked.
Iron Man 3.
okay, no, I'll say this: Marvel, they start off really well. Like Iron Man, Thor, starts really well. They might deviate a little bit off track, but they know how to introduce, their characters.
I agree with that, and I think the main thing with Marvel is that I've been reading like where they're gonna stop doing sequels and trilogies. Like they're gonna start doing origin stories and then putting them like do an origin story, and then put them all into a main storyline together, right? So we're gonna see more of that formula than
That's awesome.
Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2. Another origin story, Iron Man 3, like we're gonna see less sequels.
That was bad because, we're actually doing a Marvel Cinematic Universe series right now where we actually started last week, and we're starting with Iron Man 1 and watching them in order. Because I've seen all of them,
Yeah.
but Amber hasn't. She watched Iron Man for the first time last week, and she gave it like a 7 out of 10. And I was like, dang, I'm going to give it a lot higher than that because that's Iron Man, the first one, the one that started it all. But, it didn't have like that same, I guess, nostalgia to her because she hasn't been to the theater on every single opening
Yeah.
night,
Right.
But yeah, we're doing that. And so I was looking through the list, and I didn't realize that out of like the first 7 movies, 3 of them were Iron Man titles. It was like Iron Man 1, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and then it was like Captain America, Thor, Avengers, and then Iron Man 3 right on top of that.
So, what would you say is your favorite Marvel movie so far? If you had to rank top 3.
My top 3 would be Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Black Panther.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, mine's Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
Mine's Winter Soldier, Black Panther, and as much as I don't want to put this in there, I feel like I have to, is just the first Avengers, because it's just the idea of everything building up and that happening.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just seeing all those characters on screen, it was just...
That's what I'm excited about for Infinity Wars,
Yeah.
is I feel like everything has kind of been leading up to this.
Oh,
I mean, I know people
yes.
are really nervous about what's going to happen afterwards, but we still have so much time between, like, Infinity Wars 1 and Infinity Wars 2. Like, I mean, there's just going to be so much that can happen. But, I mean, every after credit scene has led up to this point. You know, we're just preparing for this point where Thanos is there.
What about, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys to see the inclusion of the Fantastic Four and X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic? Since, you know, Disney is in the process of acquiring Fox.
I'm at a 10.
I mean, to see Fantastic Four done right ever, and to have them on board, like, I still hate Civil War happened without Fantastic Four and Punisher. Like, I literally hate that. But I'm really excited to see this. I'm a little over X-Men right now, I think. Logan was, like, to me, like, the perfect movie. Like, Logan was amazing, and I just want to stop there and then just, like, let X-Men die for a while.
I personally think, and this is just my fan theory, that they're going to have this done in time for Infinity War. And the Infinity Gauntlet, in some shape, form, or fashion, is going to do some kind of reality hard reboot, and we're going to see the X-Men and Fantastic Four in the universe as a result. Don't know how it's going to happen, but I think it's going to be related.
I mean, that's
a
I think
cool
that's
idea, though.
that's the only. I think that's the only way you would be able to just like say, hey, these characters have always been here, and how to explain it. So yeah, doing some kind of like reality paradox thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
I hope so. I think maybe they'll acknowledge that it was a different reality, and then the MCU universe, and then they'll just kind of crash into each other like they've been kind of doing with alternate realities lately anyway in the comics. So anyway, we can just sit and talk comics all day, you know.
We totally can.
Like, I have to catch myself on occasion when we're like, oh, God, we've been sitting there talking about movies for 2 hours. Where'd the time go? But, I don't even know what else to ask because I'm scatterbrained. I'm back to where I was before the proposal yesterday. So, where are you guys going to be in the next month or two?
So next weekend is actually Wizard World Cleveland.
Yep.
So we'll be there.
Oh, so y'all do hit Wizard Worlds.
Yeah.
That's good. So y'all are on a first-name basis with those guys. It wouldn't be that hard to get you in Winston-Salem or Montgomery or anything.
Yeah, they're all right. They're good.
So yeah, next weekend is Wizard World Cleveland for me. The weekend after that is I'm going back to Cleveland for Cleveland Concoction. And then the weekend after that, I'll be in Biloxi, Mississippi for CoastCon. So...
Wizard World Cleveland for me, and then Animatic-Con, Shudo-Con, and then Indiana Comic-Con for me.
Awesome. And I'm telling you, before the year's up, but at some point, I want to sit down and have a drink with Knightmage. That's on right now. That is way up there on my bucket list.
That's on a lot of people's bucket list.
Is to sit down and have a glass of bourbon with Knightmage or something. Just hang out.
Does it have to be bourbon?
It doesn't.
Okay.
You can have a beer or whatever you like. I'm going to drink bourbon.
All right.
It's not a drink with Superkayce and Knightmage, because then that's when everybody gets wrecked and they can't party with us anymore.
Here's
Here's the thing. So like when we do conventions and we go out, when we party, usually the people that are with us, they just get so messed up. And then the next day they can't function. And we're like in costume, ready to go. Everyone else is just like,
Well, here's what I do. I have Amber with me, and she has this sixth sense to know where I've gone from being like regular Lonnie to fun Lonnie to, okay, you've had too much. Like, she knows, I have a mannerism or something that she can detect.
Your
like
Hank Hill probably comes out, is what it is, I think.
Amber, does my Hank Hill come out when I drink? Yeah.
He always wants to sell you propane.
You know, okay. This interview is over.
He has to cancel his engagement?
No, we're not going to do that.
Okay, good.
She's stuck with me, whether she likes it or not. I need her. I need her. It's like a symbiotic
At
relationship.
least you can admit that. That's
Yeah.
that's
I'm
good.
like the black suit for Spider-Man. You know, she's gonna take like supersonic rays or something to get rid of me.
That's actually another movie I'm actually looking forward to. I know it's going to be a little off the wall.
Yeah.
Venom. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what they do with that.
Are you looking for what is it? The New Mutants movie? It's supposed to be a horror.
No,
It has a horror
yeah,
aspect.
you hate horror.
No, I watched the trailer. I do this type of podcast panel with my friend that we do Trailer Park, where we take new trailers that neither of us have seen and we watch them.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man, I did not realize that was going to be like a horror movie trailer.
love
And
it.
I watched it, and I'm like watching it like this. Like, it was scary. It was scary.
I think that's a good direction to go.
I agree. I think that it's a cool direction for Marvel to go and try to kind of like outreach. Like, Logan was a cool direction to go. Deadpool was a cool direction to go. So I mean, I'm thinking it's probably going to be awesome, specifically for nerds like you guys who are okay with horror movies. I'm not gonna go watch it. I'm sorry. That looks scary.
It does look really creepy. Yeah, it has a. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'd have to say I am too. And when I first saw the trailer, I was like,
It throws you off.
horror and X-Men.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It kind of does make sense, though. I mean, it makes sense, and it's a cool concept, but nope, I'm done.
Nope.
Well, like, here's my problem. I want everything to connect. And it's like the more outlandish you get in something like that, horror, Deadpool, it's like the stuff doesn't really connect as well. Like, there's X-Men characters in Deadpool, but it in no way is really connected to the overall arc that the X-Men are doing.
You
Like-
couldn't do that at that time, but now since everything's probably like under one umbrella,
it's coming
you'll be
there.
able to meld everything together.
It's still hard to connect Deadpool with anything.
See, I think
just
that,
because of
I think that they could connect Deadpool so fast. Like, whenever, like, he could have. I mean, there's so many different things. Like, the time that he was being tortured and being into Deadpool, he could, like, that's when the aliens could have attacked in the first Avengers movies. There's so many different ways, I think, to attach him. X-Men is a little harder for me to see how they're going to do that. I know that, like, Colossus is, like, obviously the easiest because he's in one of the movies, but I'm a little weird about how they're going to connect X-Men back.
when they merge the universes, what do you think the odds are of them still putting Wolverine in every movie known to man?
A slim. He'll definitely be in there, but
Yeah.
he's not going to
It's
be.
not going to be like Wolverine and the X-Men. It's
Yeah,
not-
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, that ship sailed. And I think,
He knows it. The industry knows it. I think that I agree. I think that ship sail. I think we'll see some really great reboots of characters that we don't see a lot of, and we'll see some characters we haven't seen yet. I think we will.
Okay, I'm going to give y'all open mic. Talk about anything you want to talk about. You got something going on, coming up, you just want to shout out to somebody, maybe anything. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Anything. It could be anything. Talk about your favorite baseball game or something.
Baseball.
What's
Baseball?
that?
What's
No,
that?
I mean, so like we
Curling.
We've got some duo cosplays coming up that we really want to do. We've had really amazing support from all of our fans and friends and family, and we were able to raise over almost $6,000 for our Christmas charity.
Oh,
So
sweet. Yeah.
it was amazing, and all of our friends and fans and family, that's who supports what we do.
And every year it's just growing.
It's just
You know,
growing,
It's insane to think about where we started, even individually, but then once we started doing stuff together, where we started 3 years ago, and how many conventions we did last year, and to think about how many we're doing this year, it's just insane to think how much we've grown. And yeah, I mean, it's all thanks to the fans. And
Yeah. I mean, somebody tagged us in a post the other day of where we were the cosplay prom king and queen, and I was like, oh my god, that's so adorable. And so we started hashtagging cosplay couple, and it's just amazing. And the journey that we've had is phenomenal. I mean, we're doing a ton of overseas stuff. We're doing a lot of local stuff. It's just amazing where we are, and the cosplays that we're coming up with, the cosplays we want to do. We want to do the Hawkman and Hawkgirl. We want to do Alphonse and Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. The live action just hit Netflix last week, so it's kind of coming back. That's one of my favorite animes. We're going to do these huge, amazing builds together, and that's what cosplay is about, supporting each other, and we could not be happier with who we are as people and who we are together.
Awesome. My final question, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being just absolutely miserable, 10 being, oh, I feel great, how comfortable are these costumes?
Oh man, I'm like a 15.
Oh yeah.
This is nothing compared to like yesterday. And this is nothing.
I don't have anything chafing my forehead today. I'm pretty happy. I'm super comfortable.
Okay, that was what I was wondering, because I saw that Thanos yesterday. I was like, ooh, man. Like, I thought I was hot and Negan yesterday, and this is comfortable.
You suffer for your art.
Yeah.
This is what I wear on a daily basis when I stand outside on my driveway and drink beer.
When you have your propane job.
Yeah, it's, I tried my best to get a tank out here, but I was like, I don't really know how I could work that out. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap, because I know y'all got stuff to do. We got other interviews, and God, Nooga's almost over. Can you believe it?
Another year gone.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway, I'm Lonnie with Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee, here with Knightmage and Superkayce. Awesome. We get to interview you guys in person. That's awesome. And I'm sure you'll be seeing them later in the year. We'll be doing some kind of video interview, I'm sure. And if y'all happen to make it out to Wizard World at the same time we do, it'll be even cooler.
Awesome.
So anyway, we'll see everybody later. And thanks for watching. We will be back with one more interview probably tomorrow with Dark Princess Theater. We're going to have Hope and John Holloway joining us then. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Knightmage, Superkayce, Nooga 2018.